Hi, welcome to Brainstorm, a podcast about writing, genre fiction, and moral quandries. I'm fantasy author Clifton Hill, and I'm fresh out of neurons. In episode 4, I talk about finally starting to watch the Game of Thrones. After being a fan of the books for years, anxiously checking Martin's blog on a weekly basis for months and then years for the fateful update on the next book, I was pleased to see that the HBO series is not just well done, but off to an excellent start. Also, some brief fun talking about another sci-fi fantasy genre fiction podcast called Functional Nerds, run by Patrick Hester and John Anealio. Or at least it was. I've been a bit out of touch of late, and it looks like John had to step away. I'll miss you, John. Hope you're well. Now, on with the show.
All right, so I'm going to talk about my experience with Game of Thrones, the TV series here, which I am probably one of the last people in the world that is coming to watch it, namely because I'm a bit of a cheapskate, don't want to pay for HBO. Sorry, HBO. Though they really don't care, right? They're not listening. And I read the books, though, of course, the last season, I guess, is out of book territory. I'm a busy writer. I'm a busy family man, so the spare time I do have, I try to shove into my book, shovelfuls or sometimes spoonfuls at a time. Just whatever time I have, I can shove into there. So, just didn't have the time for it, and I knew it was a lot to approach. So I saw happenstance. Ooh, Hulu. Hello. You have an HBO special. Currently, this is as of mid-May 2018. For adding HBO for only $5 a month. That's kind of hard for me to ignore. So, and it's for 6 months. $5 a month for 6 months. Whoa. That's more like probably plenty of time to watch the entire HBO Game of Thrones series and get all caught up. So I had to sign up for it. I've been watching it. And I'm a big fan of the books. Wish Martin would finish, but I am respectful that it is hard to wrap up satisfyingly, logically, all of these complex storylines and character arcs and so on. So he's got a big task ahead of him to finish. I do hope he does. This is obviously very much something that is fun in the interim, waiting for George. Which, quick segue here, it's pretty funny. A few years ago, let's see, where did I listen and hear about this from? I think I was following John Anealio and Patrick Hester on Twitter. I think they had already formed Functional Nerds. FunctionalNerds.com. It's a podcast, been running for a few years. Entertaining if you're into sci-fi, fantasy, and genre fiction and all that. And they have a good rapport going back and forth with each other. Though Patrick likes to be overly funny sometimes, and sometimes he totally steals the podcast, and John tries to steer the podcast back like a ship that's got its hull scraped out by the rocks below from the ocean, and there's no tiller left. No tiller. Well, I have to look this up. Anyway, amusingly enough, and this is, I guess, where I heard about it from. I guess I heard about it separately first. Okay, so Neil Gaiman, I guess, was at some sort of conference thing a while back, and one of the fans, look this up, it's online, I'm sure you can find it, just the review or the commentary about it. One of the fans asked Neil Gaiman about George R.R. Martin, and they said, doesn't George R.R. Martin owe us, the fans, the readers? Doesn't he owe us the rest of the series? How can he leave us basically hanging? I'm paraphrasing. I don't recall the exact wording. But basically they're asking, like, hey, doesn't he owe us to work faster on this? And Neil Gaiman's reply was so funny. He said, George R.R. Martin is not your bitch. Ah, that's hilarious. Okay, so John Anealio, singer-songwriter and functional nerd podcaster, he apparently really liked this line, and he made a song about it. Go find it online. It's hilarious. Okay, so that was a bit of a segue here. So, yes, Game of Thrones. Initially, I'm 5 episodes in, and I'm suddenly discovering, wow, it's only 10 episodes for the first season. I don't know if the second season is longer or not, but man, this thing is just moving right along. I'm going to have to reread the series because things seem like they're happening far faster than they did in the book, which is not necessarily a complaint. Certainly to bring in people that are not necessarily fans of the books, obviously you want to play to the strengths of the medium and, TV, good TV, well, I guess any media, whatever its form, runs any good media, typically doesn't waste words or time, minutes. You want to move the story right along. You want to have it have maximum impact. And man, it really does. The character choices are interesting. Most of them are just spectacular. I guess I wish some of them were bigger, more impressive, in their manliness and in their knightliness. And I don't necessarily mean knightliness as in good and chivalry, because a lot of the knights in this series are hideous human beings. But I'm just saying towering, bigger armor, But it's a minor complaint. It's just kind of a disagreement with my expectations. But the characters all do, the actors do a magnificent job. Direction's excellent. I love Tyrion. What's his name? Peter Dinklage? Yeah. He is an amazing actor. I don't know if I've seen him in very much, but he is superb in this. He really conveys Tyrion's kind of, balefully comic view of life, that he's gained from all these this hard time growing up under such a demanding, unsympathetic father with all these expectations. So yeah, initially I'm very much enjoying the series. I'm going to call it here to a short close here. My drive is almost over. But looking forward to watching more. And really curious with how they continue to tackle the story. All right. Happy viewing, reading, and sci-fi fantasy enjoyment.
Thanks for listening, dear reader. Visit www.cliftonh.com, subscribe to my newsletter, and read my books. Reading is awesome.